And welcome to our pharmacology unit, lesson 2, personal prescription. I'm Eduardo Lopez, and I'm gonna help explain this really fun activity for the students. So we're gonna be tying in information that we learned from the previous lesson. We're gonna be talking about dosage, active ingredient, medication frequency, strength and frequency. And okay, so our materials are going to include orange poster paper, white poster paper, uh, 3 styrofoam discs, markers, and glue. For our preparation, I highly recommend that your poster paper, it shouldn't be that large. I recommend that you cut it in half, so that uh, when you get to the class, the material is already cut. The students' only responsibility is to write on the white poster paper. So, why do they need all of these materials? Once they're done with the activity, they're gonna have these really awesome uh, costumes. It's gonna be their very own pill bottle. They can make up the information, which is really awesome. I think it's one of the best activities the students can do. So we want to emphasize to the students that prescription is any medicine that is specifically meant for them. Prescription, it includes your height, your weight, your age, your gender, the symptoms you have. It includes all of that, and only one person can take it, and that person is yourself. No one else, not your sister, your friend, your mom, your grandma, no one can take that because either it might not work on them or they can get really sick from taking that. And it's really important that the students understand that medicine, it can only be taken with adult supervision. Sometimes their kids, really bad things can happen when kids get control of medicine. So, now that we have explained prescription, that we're going to be using all of these supplies, we're going to work step by step. So, our first step is to include the information on the pill bottle. So, I made a PowerPoint for the students. On this PowerPoint, I basically include what the students are going to write. I'd recommend that you go step by step so all the students can be on the same page. So your first step would be giving the pharmacy a name. It can be any name. It can be their last name. It can be their school's name. Anything. Their next step is to include the address of the pharmacy. The pharmacy address can be their address if they know it, or it can be the address of their school. It all depends on what the students are comfortable and what they can do. Once they're done with the address, they can go on to the name. They can put their name or they can make up a really random name. Doesn't matter. They can also put their address again if they're comfortable. The next step would be to also write down the doctor's name. They can make up a doctor, or it's really up to them. They can be their own doctor. They can also include the phone number, the date it was prescribed, literally making it as detailed as possible, but also going step by step. Then we get to the medicine part. We can make a dosage. So this dosage is take 1 capsule by mouth 3 times a day for 10 days until all taken. The students can make it however they want. They can say 1 pill a day, 3 pills a day, 1 pill every 3 hours. It's really up to them. They can make it as unique as possible. Then it's the strength and the active ingredient. One of my students did something really fun. I told him that doctors usually get, or they add on, or scientists, they add on at the end of medicine, usually psyllin. So one of my students said burrito, and I said, well, maybe we can make up our own medicine. So I said burrito psyllin, and that was the name of his active ingredient. They can also change the strength. So one student put 1,000 milligrams, or it's really up to them. And once they're done making this on the white sheet of paper, or writing it, they can continue on to the rest of the experiment or the activity. Once they're done with this, you can hand them an orange sheet of paper, and they're gonna glue that on to the orange sheet of paper. Once they're done gluing, you can go with the student and staple it shut, because the orange paper is really hard. So you're gonna need to staple it. So one example that I have is of this student. She wrapped this around her and I stapled it. When you have them all stapled, they're all gonna look like this. Again, that's really important. And then you're gonna get the lid for the discs. Because these are gonna be a distraction, I just told them to put at the side of the classroom, and you can get 3 discs, top them on top of one each other, and glue them on. That will be your cap. Once all of this is done, the students are gonna have their very own pills that they can take home. And that is the conclusion of lesson 2.